Share with our viewers what's going on between you and the White House.
Well, they're not happy at all, and some people kind of, said, look, we don't see eye to eye on this. They never really said, though, afterwards they've said that this is factually wrong, and it was said to me in an email by a top.
What was said? Yeah.
It was said very clearly. You will regret doing this.
Who sent that email?
Well, I'm not going to say.
Was it a senior person at the White House?
A very senior person. Makes me very uncomfortable to have the White House telling reporters, you're going to regret doing something that you believe in.
The Obama administration is facing yet another scandal this morning. The Associated Press says the Justice Department secretly gathered phone records from its reporters and its editors.
Now, the AP says the government came in and scooped up phone records for 20 of its phone lines used by reporters and editors. Prosecutors were told also seized cell phone records of several AP employees. So the AP says there was no warning, no negotiations. The government just simply came in, got the subpoenas, took the phone logs, and then notified the AP after the fact. And the AP calls this a, quote, massive and unprecedented intrusion.
We begin with the scandal for the IRS. Republican leaders are demanding a full investigation of the Internal Revenue Service after officials admitted targeting conservative political groups during the 2012 campaign.
About 75 groups were flagged by the IRS for further review for one reason. Their applications for tax-exempt status contained the words Tea Party or Patriot. An IRS official said they fixed the problem. But when asked for the exact number of conservative groups targeted, here's how she replied.
I'm not good at math. I'm a lawyer, I'm not an accountant.
It's being called an unprecedented government intrusion. The Justice Department secretly collected 2 months of telephone records from the Associated Press and its reporters. Associated Press CEO Gary Pruitt says, quote, these records potentially reveal communications with confidential sources across all of the news gathering activities undertaken by the AP during a 2-month period, provide a roadmap to AP's news gathering operations, and disclose information about AP's activities and operations that the government has no conceivable right to know.
I think the effect on the media has already been felt. I mean, you have sources that are being shut down, doors just being shut in people's faces. Now, that was probably the intention.
Court documents released this week show the Obama administration secretly monitored a Washington journalist. In seeking a search warrant, the FBI called James Rosen a criminal co-conspirator.
For the first time ever, a presidential administration is treating news reporting like a crime and a reporter like a criminal suspect. The level of government surveillance over a reporter was unprecedented. Agents monitored Rosen's movements in and out of the State Department. They searched his personal emails and combed through his cell phone records. Bipartisan outrage over what some are calling Obama's war on journalism.
The U.S. surveillance dragnet was so wide, the president and top members of Congress did not know allies like German Chancellor Angela Merkel were targets. President Obama has promised Merkel the U.S. will never again tap her personal cell phone.
A U.S. official tells us that the CIA was involved in recruiting a German intelligence officer for the purpose of spying on the German government. This was not a rogue operation, but an authorized effort to learn more about the inner workings of the German government. The Obama administration, we are told, will in the near future announce that it is investigating the matter, and officials concede that German Chancellor Angela Merkel, already angered by the U.S. tapping of her cell phone, will want and will likely receive an explanation.
The Department of Justice has finally decided not to force New York Times reporter James Risen to reveal his source for confidential information.
Without this decision from the Justice Department, Risen would have faced possible jail time.
He was subpoenaed in the trial of former CIA official Jeffrey Sterling. Sterling is accused of leaking classified information about a failed attempt to sabotage Iran's nuclear program. That information appeared in Risen's 2006 book, State of War, and the government hoped the journalist's testimony could convict Sterling. But Risen vocally fought the subpoena, sparking a long legal battle that almost wound up before the Supreme Court. The case stalled in June after the Supreme Court declined to take action, leaving the Justice Department the option of trying to jail Risen for not revealing his sources. On Wednesday, a federal judge ordered the administration to reach a decision about whether to take action against Risen by next week. Risen's case has drawn stern criticism from free speech advocates who fear the government is trying to silence investigative reporters and chill the free press. Risen himself recently blasted President Obama as the greatest enemy to press freedom in a generation.
What I think is dangerous to a democracy when you have investigative reporting that the government is trying to limit through the use of the Justice Department and the legal system.
The Obama administration already has several black marks on the subject of press freedom. They've been blasted on 2 occasions for searching the phone records and emails of journalists.